Hello everybody, here we are again with another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be, firstly, Dokkan Awakening Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I just wanted to go ahead and get this done ahead of time. You may be thinking, wow, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta showcase. No, as you'll see by the title, we are actually going to go ahead and do the new Vegeta Shadow Dragon Saga story event. I wanted to have this guy all Dokkan Awakened, however, before we go ahead into that story event, since he's the best leader for that. More than likely, I would say he's the best leader if you're going to run him as a leader. As you see, we do have the Great Ape power category pulled up here, and we're just going to be going ahead to do that event right now, just walking through it, and giving my thoughts a little bit on the GT Vegeta unit and what I think about free-to-play units recently that are releasing very recently. Things like Candy Vegeta and Ghost Tanks EZA, Pan and Grandpa Gohan, and this Vegeta right here, they kind of are similar in a sense. So if we go ahead and take a look at the story events, just a quick synopsis over it. This is basically the Vegeta from episode 55 of Dragon Ball GT, where he's reminiscing about everything that happened in the past between him and Goku. As you do see, there are 5 events in total, for a total of 10 stones from this, and you'll be able to awaken this Vegeta GT into Vegeta GT Grade 8. Along with that, as you'll see why I had the Grade 8 power category opening, this is the actual category boost for this event, so you want to make sure to run as many Grade 8 category units as possible. So if you do complete Z Hard first, you get the 1 copy of Vegeta. If you complete every stage of normal and hard, you get a 1 stone each. If you get the Vegeta to level 10 super attack, that's another stone. So that's a total of 13 stones from this event, which is pretty good for free-to-play players. You definitely want to make sure you grind that up. So what I'm going to try and be taking here, if we bring in the Grade 8 category, hopefully we'll find, yep, LR Kid Gohan friends. We're actually going to go ahead and put LR Gohan as our leader ourselves, just because he's probably the best friendly to bring, but this is probably the best team so you could bring in general. If you go ahead and look into the category again and take a look at the LRs, these are basically all the LRs on the category, I believe. I don't believe I'm missing any unit on the category. If I am, please let me know in the comments below. I could be missing someone. But this is basically the team you more or less want to run, just full LR so you can get the full category boost. And yeah, let's feel free to hop into it. So this Vegeta GT, I haven't actually seen him being used in game yet, but he does seem like a very interesting unit. I'm not too sure how the story on or off. I'm actually gonna go real quick. I want to make sure I have the story on so that we could actually see what's going on, what they're talking about. Just talk about a little, because it's kind of nostalgia going through Dragon Ball Z and everything like that. It looks like I do have it off, so let's turn that on really quick. I thought that there should be story at the beginning. No biggie. I could just use stones or something to refresh stamina if I need to, which probably will have to from looking at it. I don't think I have enough stamina. So I do need to grab that Vegeta anyways. So if you see right here, this is the Dark Shenron. He's kind of just terrorizing everything, bringing the Shadow Dragons everywhere, and Vegeta's just, kind of not feeling the greatest. He's like, I must achieve Super Saiyan 4. And then in this episode, he's just reminiscing about the past with him fighting Goku. This is the fight, of course, we know in the Saiyan saga. Hopefully they bring a Dokkan Fest of this very soon. Hopefully maybe in for New Year's, for all we know. I feel like they're slightly building up Saiyan saga slowly, and I feel like once we get an actual new Saiyan saga event, that'll be very nice. So of course, yeah, this is the fight against Kaioken and Goku. Since this Ajo Goku is here, I guess technically you could presume that, according to Akatsuki, this guy would be on an eventual Saiyan Saga category, which would be pretty cool to see, hopefully, if it does come in the future. But yeah, I went off on a small tangent there regarding the Saiyan Saga, but if we do think about this Grade 8 Vegeta unit specifically, and the Pan unit, Pan and Grandpa Gohan unit that came out very recently, I feel like, oh, also another good thing why I wanted to bring up here is because link levels, because when I do this 55% showcase, I'm gonna want to get to around like level 5 link levels, just so we could actually see what he does more or less. I'll probably try to get to level 10 links when I show him off at a higher dupe level. I did show it in previous video. I did get 2 extra copies of him, so hopefully we'll be, I don't know for sure if I'll be at level 10, since I want to definitely bring out the video before the Heroes collab comes out, so I doubt I'll be a level 10, but I'll try to get at least like around level 7, 8 links mostly. And this is Vegeta. Actually, that's the LR Vegeta and Nappa sprite. So, well, not sprite. That's in the LR Vegeta and Nappa animation. They took a what's it called, super attack animation from that. So that's pretty cool. And Vegeta's like, darn, I lost, and then he kind of left the earth. That's basically what happened. But yes, I keep getting off track about the units. But those also, again, not getting off track, not really. But this should be the stage where it seems that the medals drop, correct? Actually, didn't really look too much. So yeah, so the medals drop in each stage, and you need, in the first 4 stages, I believe the medals drop, and the last stage, the unit himself drops. Let's double check that here. I did look over this. Yep, actually no, stage 4, the unit. So the first 3 stages are Vegeta and his basically biggest moments with Goku when he thinks, and then stage 4, his actual unit drop, and then stage 5, the last medal drops, where it's basically him probably going Super Saiyan 4 due to Bulma, more or less. And let's just continue onto it. So those units, I don't really like how they're made. For Vegeta, for example, he's just attacking defense plus 80%, and then he gets an additional 80% attacking defense if there's a Great Ape category ally attacking in the same turn. And then he just has a Great Ape transformation, 4 turns and they're 50% HP. Very basic. He really is nothing worthy to note of, unfortunately. I know that Goresh mentioned something regarding this unit feels a little forced, and honestly, it does make sense. It kind of feels like they didn't really try with this unit. They just kind of brought this guy out just to bring this guy out, just because they felt there should be a little more free-to-play, you know, stuff on the category, because the category almost has like no free-to-play units, and along with that, I don't know, it just feels kind of like they brought out a free-to-play unit just because they had to. And he's just really basic, and he doesn't really do anything special to bring on his team. So, you know, it's kind of very disappointing. Same thing with the Pan and Grandpa Gohan. They could have been a very, very interesting special unit. But in the end, they just are a hard hitter. Even though they're a free-to-play unit, they will never be a really great hard hitter. And due to that, that kind of really does hold them back, unfortunately, because they're not the best defensively either. So I kind of wish that they stopped making free-to-play units like they are recently, at least for the past 2, because it's not great. It's really not great at all. It's just free-to-play units should have more utility to make up for their lack of stats. If they just are trying to be hard hitters, there's no way ever, at least not in, maybe an LR free-to-play unit, sure, but like a TUR free-to-play unit, there's almost no way, unless they're like 300% attacking defense or something. There's like no way they're gonna match with summonable units, and you know that's never gonna happen either way. So, I mean, in terms of hard hitter summonable units, because that's basically the biggest thing Dokkan Fest and LRs are nowadays. They're just basically hard hitters, big numbers, guys, which is also a little boring, but that is how the game is going right now. And I do hope that free-to-play units in the future do start getting more and more. I just realized I wasn't clicking the page. But this is Vegeta, basically remember he lost to Frieza, and of course Goku went Super Saiyan, and he's being all emo and stuff like that, like grr, Kakarot, stuff like that, you know. Just typical Vegeta things. I don't know, it feels like just both in Dragon Ball GT and Super, you know, Vegeta's character kind of digressed, you could say, because in Dragon Ball Z, of course, we do know when he's fighting Kid Buu, we literally got an LR regarding this. He accepts that Goku is number 1, and Goku, you know, Goku is Goku. He's just supreme. There's really all there is to it. He just realized that, you know, it's Goku, basically, and he's fine with not being the best or not having to overcome Kakarot. And, you know, they kind of just threw that in the trash, because I guess that's mostly what a lot of what Vegeta is. And again, we go look here. I feel like it should have ended after Majin Vegeta, because Majin Vegeta, like, you know, Majin Vegeta himself, even doing the self-explosion himself, he realized that, you know, he's gonna sacrifice himself all for Goku, his family, and everything for the Earth. He put his lust for revenge against Goku, which he probably should be in the revenge category if he isn't already. I don't actually remember if he's in that category. He put that aside to fight Majin Buu, and he even sacrificed his own life. So, because of stuff like that, it kind of makes moments like that a little less heartfelt to me, especially if you're rewatching the series, because you just know Vegeta says all this stuff, and then he ends up growing as a character, and it just ends up going back to the same mindset, which is, I don't know, it's baffling to me. I don't think it was a smart decision, but it is what it is now. That is how the series is now. Um, I just don't like it. To be really honest, I feel like Vegeta should have stayed like it is. But that's really just talking about Dragon Ball in general characters. Because again, this is kind of just reminiscing back in the past of Dragon Ball, and it makes me just really think about the character of Vegeta in general. Um, Plus, there's not really else to talk about the Vegeta free to play unit. To be really honest, he's just a boring unit. Wow, we are getting so many link levels for this Gogeta. I am very actually happy about that. Because then once I go to the 23-8 stage, that's going to be very, very nice. We're going to be able to get very much more link levels up. So I'm very glad we were able to do this. This Vegeta basically saying, I believe this is him basically saying how he wished, basically the speech he was giving to Goku, how he, wished he was back to the evil Saiyan he was. He even had a family on Earth that he cares about, and he felt like he's grown soft. And I like how they just tore the Trunks from the like Goten and Trunks animation. That's really funny to me. And Vegeta's like basically reminiscing on this, of course. I mean, yeah, that's what I think about. I just hate how Vegeta just kind of just like, and there's nothing else I can really say about that. Um, and there's all these medals dropping, and I don't know actually how many medals the unit needs himself. If we do get a drop of the unit, I'll definitely go ahead and look at the medals that's needed. So that's the first three stages. This is be the fourth stage where you actually get the Vegeta unit. Finally, it looks like the drop rate is pretty good, especially if you're running all these LRs. You do have a 235% additional drop rate, so you will basically always be guaranteed to get 2 drops. But because, I don't know. Oh, okay, so this is when Majin Vegeta is fighting Buu. See, basically this right here, Vegeta just threw everything away, even though threw his lust away for Goku, realized that his family was just the most important thing to him, and getting over Goku should have been the best thing. And it makes sense that Vegeta's pride was, hurt, because Vegeta could still have his pride and not have to be worried about Goku 24/7. And even though, Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 not holding back on him, especially after going all that, kind of, that sucks for Vegeta, but it is what it is. This Gogeta, by the way, I want to see Super Tech animation, but I didn't give him any orbs, so we won't really see how he looks like. I kind of want to save that for the showcase itself. We didn't actually get a counter. Surprising. My Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta never countered for me, so kind of don't expect this one to really counter for me as well. Okay, 1.7, not bad. But not focusing on the tech stat. This guy is so good. Even without orbs, if you consider his super effectiveness, 1.7 million. That's good. I like level 1 links with no support. Unlike this weird team. Roxy, that's really good. If you think about it, he doesn't have orbs. Okay, yeah, this is the final explosion here. Goodbye, proud warrior Vegeta. I believe that's what was said. Allowance Goku versus Kid Buu just suddenly. And this is where Vegeta, like I was talking about the actor school earlier, where he was like, Gambara Kakarato, Omega number one da. That stuff basically. I can't obviously do a Vegeta impression, but it is one of my favorite parts of the series, to be really honest. That's the whole speech. So I'm very glad that I did get an R. I never really cared that much for the Vegeta character. Or Vegeta just as a character, because when I watch Dragon Ball, I don't really usually I try to turn my brain off, I would say, because if you think too much sometimes, Dragon Ball could just be really stupid. So I tend to try not to hurt myself and just watch the series for the fighting and how it is. Luckily we did get a Vegeta drop here, so let's go ahead and see. So you need 7 medals of each. Not bad, so you should be able to Dokkan Winkin him very, very easily. And this guy looks like he's going to drop pretty decently too. Luckily we don't have to use any more stones, but I'm going to use stones anyways eventually when I farm this Vegeta right now. I don't think I'm going to take him to Extreme Super Battle Road, because I honestly, he's not going to do good in there at all. I may take him into a normal Super Battle Road stage, maybe the original Shadow Dragon stage, maybe Pure Saiyans or something like that, something different that I don't really run. I haven't looked at his teams too often. Maybe even the Giant Form stage. That can be interesting. But yeah, this is Vegeta basically arriving to the scene where Goku and he's going to go Super Saiyan 4 with Bulma's Blood Waves. Well, first he goes Grade 8 because he doesn't have a tail, and after this he goes Super Saiyan 4. So this is the Grade 8 Vegeta, and Goku's like, Vegeta! And then he's kind of losing his mind, and then Vegeta, I believe from what I remember, Vegeta was just fucking around, and then at the end he was like, haha, JK, and he just went Super Saiyan 4. Golden Grade 8, then Super Saiyan 4. So I guess we're fighting Goku Super Saiyan 4 technically. Well, not technically, that's exactly what's happening here. And we've been getting LRBB actually a lot of rotation. Didn't we get up like 3 times or something? Rotations, I guess that's how the rotations turned out. At least we were able to see Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's animation in these ones, because that looks so good. His animation looks insanely good. And of course, it's a story mech, so we just one-shot him. We actually got 5 medals this time, pretty nice. So, I mean, yeah, that's really the story event in general. And Vegeta's like, haha, JK. He starts talking. And then everyone's like, what? And then he goes Golden Grade 8 for a split second. And now he becomes Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And those two versus Omega. And then they end up fusing. And we all know, basically, I'm sure most of you know the story of GT at that point. So there's no need for me to really explain it again. Probably there wasn't even that much of a need for me to explain the rest of the story event. But I kind of wanted to be at least interactive, because this is a very interesting story event. No one really expected like this would be something, and it could open up the avenue for many future story events, because this is all basically on one episode. So I mean, it could open the avenue for many things in the future, and it could be a very helpful for free to play players. It could bring a lot more free to play units. Overall, it could be a very good thing. So let me know what you guys think about the story event. I'd say how your drop's doing on it. I just want to do a quick video on it because I feel like anything is worthy covering, any new content anyways. And it is a couple extra stones, so very nice for free to play players. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end, and I will see you all in the next one.